This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon. I'm Will Puckett. Steve Hensley is on vacation for the week. First at 4. Thank you for joining us. A job fair today in Perry County is helping some people see light at the end of the tunnel. WYMT's Madison Pergram is at the job fair and has more.
Looking for a fresh start? Well, laid-off coal miners had the chance to do just that here today at the Kentucky Career Center job site in Hazard. The job fair was both for miners and their spouses who were recently laid off, specifically Perry County coal miners. Perry County Coal laid off miners right before the new year without any notice. But Trish Adams with EKSEP says not to become discouraged. There is hope out there.
We are the match.com for the workforce, and that's one of the reasons that we're having this event here is to connect them with those important training opportunities and or job opportunities here.
Miss today's opportunity? Well, not to worry, because you can go to eksep.org and find the nearest Kentucky Career Center to you. We'll have more on the job fair and hear from a laid-off miner coming up. For now, in Hazard, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the Department of Labor was also at the job fair to help miners with further paperwork. We have new details about the shooting in Leslie County Saturday that injured a sheriff's deputy. Kentucky State Police arrested 3 people in connection to the shooting. Pictured left is Tyler France of Manchester, and pictured on the right is 28-year-old Joseph Lawson of Boonville. Not pictured is 23-year-old William Mosley of Asher. Asher was injured when gunfire was exchanged between Deputy Shane Wilson and the truck Asher was in. Lawson and France were in that same truck as Asher. Deputy Wilson was also injured in the shooting. Asher is charged with first-degree assault and first-degree wanton endangerment, among other charges. France was arrested on an existing warrant. He is currently not facing charges related to the shooting. Lawson is facing burglary charges. We will have more reactions to the shooting coming up later. The woman accused of sicking her dog on her neighbor and killing him in Rockcastle County appeared in court this morning. Melissa Wolke pleaded not guilty to the murder of Donald Abner. Neighbors claim they saw Wolke assaulting Abner. When police officers arrived, they found Wolke hitting Abner with an aggressive dog nearby. Officers say they discovered what looked like a dog's bite marks on Abner's neck and face. No official cause of death has been released. Wolke's bond remains at $500,000. Her next court appearance is January 22nd. Law enforcement officers in Jackson County are asking for your help in the search of a missing woman. This is Sarah Carr. She was last seen January 11th near Sand Gap. Deputies with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office say Carr left her home driving a gray 2013 Dodge Journey. The vehicle has a Diamond UK plate on the front and a Salt Life sticker on the back. If you see Carr or the vehicle she is driving, call the Jackson County 911 at 1-606-287-9979.
A nice and mild day here in the mountains, but that's going to change as we head into the next really couple of hours, especially as we head into tomorrow. Now, we started out with those clouds a little bit earlier today. You can see that along Interstate 75, but we've seen sunshine kind of on and off throughout the day, and it's not going to last for too much longer. Looking on top of Buffalo Mountain, some sunshine, blue skies up there. We're going to start to see those clouds move in as we head into tonight. So there's some thick cloud cover. Earlier this morning, definitely saw some patchy, dense fog. We see those skies clearing, but more clouds and rain chances are on the way. Temperatures still very mild across the area. You're seeing those low mid 50s, even some spots into the lower 60s in Hazard, Harlan, and even down into parts of Middlesboro. Now, we do continue those mild temperatures for a little bit, but those rain chances do start to increase, especially as we head into tomorrow. We have multiple systems throughout the week, and winter looks to return by the time we get into the weekend. So like I was trying to say earlier, a little bit of a roller coaster over the next few days. We'll break that down coming up in just a little bit.
All righty, Paige. Thank you, ma'am. Well, high winds damaged parts of a southern Kentucky marina where a significant rebuilding effort is underway following a major fire last year. The winds took off roofs over some boat slips at Conley Bottom and upended part of a dock. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton reports, the winds did not damage the early work to replace a dock destroyed by fire in May.
The canopy over the boat slips behind me, one of the several docks damaged by the strong weather, the strong winds that blew through here on Saturday, creating about $25,000 to $30,000 in damages here at Conley Bottom Marina, a marina that has had its share of trouble over the past year.
I think we've had enough of things like that happen. We're ready for a good year.
Nearly 1 year ago, a rising Cumberland caused the lake to reach historic heights. The result was Conley Bottom's campground bathhouse flooded. It took a lot more work to maintain the Wayne County dock. Then in May, just days before the summer season was to begin, fires swept through the restaurant, store, and office. As rebuilding those facilities resumes, this past weekend, high winds caused more damage, ripping the roofs off boat slips and upending part of a dock. But owner Fred Piercy is keeping a positive attitude despite all the trouble.
You know, we all have storms in life, and we've had these weather storms quite a bit here, but we'll get through it. With the good Lord's help, we'll be fine.
Fred Piercy says there was nobody hurt by any of this damage, and all of this can be fixed and repaired and be ready to go by the start of the summer boating season. In Wayne County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Conley Bottom owners say the weather damage repairs will have to be paid for out of pocket because they're high insurance deductible. Well, we were not the only ones dealing with severe weather this past weekend. Thousands of people across the country also experienced similar weather. At least 12 people were killed and power was knocked out at thousands of homes and businesses. A tornado left death and destruction behind after touching down in Houghton, Louisiana. In South Carolina, classes were canceled for students after a tornado damaged buses and buildings there. A tornado is blamed for at least 3 deaths in Pickens County, Alabama.
The guy that found, his name was Tyrone Spain, and the older couple here was missing Mrs. Burnett, and I found both of them in the field behind the house. All 3 were nice people.
In Missouri, businesses were reduced to rubble following heavy rain and wind there. And in Vermont, crews worked to restore power after freezing rain coated trees and downed power lines. Now, it was the quick response of people nearby that stopped a stabbing suspect from getting away in Colorado Springs this morning. A suspect is accused of stabbing 8 people. The attacks were in multiple locations, all along trails near Interstate 25. Authorities say the suspect was detained after some of his victims were able to overpower and hold him until police arrived. Police say he likely would not have been caught without help from the public.
Their quick response really helped these victims and also help the police try to locate the suspect.
The stabbing victims were taken to hospitals. All are expected to survive. Police believe the suspect acted alone. We do not know his name or any other information about the suspect at this time. Iranians are responding angrily to the news that their government shot down a Ukrainian passenger jet leaving Tehran's airport. Protests continue through the night in Iran after the government admitted it shot down a passenger jet, killing all 176 people on board. Witnesses say riot police were using live ammunition against demonstrators. One social media video showed a woman shot in the leg. President Trump scolded Iran on Twitter, saying Iran should not kill protesters and its own people.
We took out the world's foremost terrorist leader, Qasem Soleimani, who had the blood of hundreds of American dead service members on his hands.
New video shows the damage from last week's retaliatory Iranian missile attack on Iraqi air bases that house U.S. forces. Another hopeful Democratic challenger for the presidency in 2020 has dropped out. In an email to supporters, New Jersey Senator Cory wrote he does not have the money to build a campaign that can win, and fundraising would be harder since he did not qualify for the Democratic debate planned for tomorrow in Iowa. Booker launched his candidacy in February. At the time, he said he was running to restore a sense of community and mend the moral fabric of America. Well, let's head on over to Wall Street on this Monday afternoon, where the Dow closes up more than 83 points.
Illnesses like the flu end up costing U.S. companies billions of dollars in lost productivity. I'm Chris Martinez with what experts say companies need to do to help keep their employees from getting sick.
And we'll track those scattered rain chances returning tomorrow, coming up in just a few short minutes.